Imagine this. You're at a peaceful breakfast table, just trying to make some good old healthy salad. You glance over at your pet cat, adorably named Little Kitty, and ask what she wants to eat. Naturally, she requests chicken, because cats are carnivorous freeloaders with expensive tastes. But then it hits you. Wait, what came first? The chicken or the egg? And just like that, your brain short circuits harder than a toaster in a thunderstorm. This timeless riddle has baffled everyone from ancient philosophers to modern scientists. It's the kind of question that sparks deep existential thought and mild indigestion. But today we're going to tackle this poultry paradox once and for all. No yoking around. Let's crack this mystery wide open. A riddle scrambled through history. The chicken or egg conundrum didn't start on a farm or in a fast food line. It's actually an age-old metaphor used to describe circular cause and effect scenarios. You can't have A without B, but B only exists because of A. Great. Now we're in a philosophical loop with feathers, but science doesn't like loose ends. Evolutionary biologists decided to swoop in with data, DNA, and a determination to make sense of this scrambled saga. First, let's get the basics. Eggs are old, like dinosaur old. Before we get too chicken focused, we need to zoom out. Eggs didn't start with chickens. In fact, eggs have been around for hundreds of millions of years. We're talking about hard-shelled eggs, perfect little biological incubators that existed way back when Earth was more Jurassic Park than your backyard. Scientists estimate that the first shelled eggs popped onto the scene around 325 million years ago. These belong to reptiles, not poultry. Meanwhile, chickens as we know them today, they're modern celebrities in comparison, evolving much later. The general consensus is that the modern chicken diverged from the red jungle fowl, a wild bird native to Southeast Asia, somewhere around 58,000 years ago. Basically, eggs were ancient history before chickens even got their wings. So if you're betting on eggs being the original, you're already off to a solid start. But hold on to your feathers, we're just getting started. The birth of Team Chicken versus Team Egg. Naturally, when faced with this barnyard brain teaser, the scientific world split into two ideological camps. Picture it like an evolutionary reality show. Team Chicken, the bird came first. Team Egg, nah, the egg beat it. Let's take a look at their arguments before we choose sides, or flip-flop like an indecisive duck. Team Chicken's argument, the protein plot twist. Team Chicken built their entire case around one tiny but mighty protein called ovoclidin 17, or OC17 if you're on a nickname basis. This protein plays a crucial role in the formation of eggshells. It helps crystallize the calcium carbonate that makes the shell solid. Without it, eggshells would be as fragile as your Wi-Fi signal during a storm. Here's the kicker. OC17 is only produced in the ovaries of chickens. That means technically, a real chicken egg can only form inside a chicken. So if you're looking for the first true chicken egg, it had to be laid by a chicken, right? Therefore, according to this camp, the chicken had to show up first, because you can't make a chicken egg without the chicken's signature biological ingredient. Makes sense, until you start asking how that first chicken got there in the first place. Enter evolution. Let's talk proto-chickens. To understand this feathery mystery, we need to travel back in time way before farmers, eggs Benedict, or fast food buckets. Picture an ancient bird waddling around awkwardly with just enough chicken DNA to crash the party, but not enough to be on the guest list. That bird is what scientists call the proto-chicken, the evolutionary stepping stone between what even is that and pass the nuggets. It resembled a chicken in many ways, clucked like one, scratched like one, and probably had commitment issues too. Now let's zoom in on a game-changing moment in evolutionary history. Two proto-chickens got together, shared DNA through reproduction, and thanks to a small but mighty genetic mutation, one egg turned out to be a little different. When it hatched, the chick was genetically distinct enough to be classified as the first modern chicken. So technically, the chicken didn't come from a chicken, but from a bird just one gene edit away. It's like your cousin showing up with a new haircut and suddenly becoming royalty. That, Team Chicken argues, is how the first true chicken hatched into the world from a not-quite-chicken parent. Clever? Absolutely. Accurate? According to evolutionary biology, yep. Team Egg's argument. Let's talk about that egg again. Team Egg isn't cracking under pressure. They argue that it all starts at the microscopic level, inside the egg, specifically within the embryo, where genes are doing a chaotic dance of mutations, some of which lead to major evolutionary leaps. The egg, they say, is the real hero here. After all, the creature we call chicken didn't appear out of thin air. It was carefully incubated in an egg that carried the complete genetic blueprint for cluckdom. That egg didn't come from a modern chicken, but from a nearly identical ancestor. The mutation that officially crossed the species threshold happened before the chick ever took its first fluffy breath, which means, according to Team Egg, that the egg deserves all the credit. It created the first chicken. No egg, no bird, simple math. And as their final mic drop, you can't hatch a chicken without an egg. It's like claiming you invented pizza by owning an oven. They're not wrong, and they're not backing down. Bird eggs existed millions of years before chickens did. Dinosaurs were laying eggs while the chicken's ancestors were still stuck in the audition phase for birdhood. So yeah, eggs are kind of a big deal. So who's right, chicken or egg? Honestly, this debate is more tangled than headphone wires in your pocket. Both sides are hatching strong arguments, and they both make scientific sense, depending on how you frame the question. The chicken wouldn't exist without the egg, but the egg wouldn't have been laid without something chickenish waddling around first. It's a paradox worthy of ancient philosophers and confused toddlers alike. After countless lab studies, molecular analysis, and enough debate to poach a dozen eggs, scientists reached a delicious compromise. The egg came first, but it wasn't laid by a chicken. Instead, it was laid by a bird that was nearly a chicken, a proto-chicken with one final evolutionary tweak needed to cross into official poultry status. So yes, the egg wins the evolutionary race, but the chicken wins the cutest clucker contest. In the end, it's less of a definitive answer and more of a well-seasoned philosophical draw. Both sides get a gold star, and we get to keep asking this question at awkward family breakfasts forever. A bit more biology for the eggheads. Let's dive a bit deeper into the science. Evolution doesn't operate with sharp edges. It's not like one day there were only proto-chickens and then suddenly bam, modern chickens popped up in one clean swoop. It's all gradual, sneaky changes over generations, like nature whispering "what if" over millions of years. DNA mutates slightly during reproduction. Over time, these changes build up until a new species emerges. That key mutation, the one that made proto-chickens turn into what we now call chickens, happen inside the egg, and that egg technically not laid by a chicken, which means the first chicken came from an egg, but the bird who laid it wasn't quite a chicken. Mystery solved, folks, kind of. And there you have it. The age-old mystery cracked wide open, sunny side up. If this video made you smarter, made you laugh, or at least made you hungry, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Until next time, stay curious, stay clucky, and remember, never underestimate an egg.